I get in frame. Stop in frame, man.
What's going on? Nobody's there. Yeah.
But they will be. And they need to see a familiar face.
Okay. Let's put music. Let's put music.
Yeah, music would be nice. What's the deal, Pickles?
What's up?
How's everybody doing? Air compressor, good call.
Yeah, I already turned it off.
Turn it off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Done.
for those of you that follow me on Instagram, I accidentally did 5 minutes of 5-star over on my page at 5-star Dean on Instagram. So we filmed the actual setup real quick. Like we went live and we showed you how we got this all set and ready to go. Because, you know, hey, why not?
Yeah, correct.
Shout out from San Antonio, Texas. Love your work. Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, man.
Whoa, dude, volume, bro. These nuts bobbing. How? Oh, you're at Knoxbury Farm. Good deal.
What's up, Bobby?
108 in Vegas.
Ooh. Oof.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
We forgot to turn on the what I like to call the air conditioner in the install bay today. So, like, why is it 100 degrees in here?
What's up, Justin?
Oh, well. New Mexico.
New Mexico. What's up, David? David.
Well, real
Daniel.
quick. We're 2 weeks out from Knowledge Fest. That's being brought to you by the fine folks at AMP Global.
Yep.
As far as from our perspective, it's mobile MEI.
MEI.
No, MEI. Mobile Electronics.
Mobile Electronics magazine.
No. Anyways,
Hey, yes. Okay. Yeah. Shh.
our show is going to be brought to you by AMP Global.
Yeah.
We'll just go with that.
Correct.
So we'll be talking a lot about AMP Global and their fine products such as Best Kits and Stinger and Pack and
Because they
Echomaster
own all this brand.
and Phoenix Gold. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we'll be bringing you for the next 2
Forward.
weeks. Plus, while we're there, we'll be talking all about them. But today, we're talking about somebody else.
this guy right here.
Let me turn this down some. I already talked to you about Audison. Sorry, I'm eating my snack. I didn't get to eat it, so please bear with me. What's up, Justin? So we have the Forza. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Forza, here, can you hold that up for me?
Yeah.
No, the actual amplifier. Hold it up so they can see it. Come on, you're not that short. Here is a bottle of water.
To
Here is
side.
the Forza amplifier.
There you go.
Just to give you some perspective on how small this thing is. Turn it sideways. Don't side. There you go. We've been having a real hard time with that today.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Sideways. The other sideways. Anyways, so what we got is, there you go. There's the big iPhone. Give you an idea. So this is an 8-channel amplifier. They claim 1,200 watts. We don't have an amp dyno, so we're not going to verify that. But the reason why we have this today is it's got a DSP built into it. As you guys all love DSPs, right? Well, as promised, we're going to talk about this amplifier and all the coolness that it has. So right away, what we want to talk about, go see what Goofy wants.
Okay.
Right away, what we want to talk about is what kind of inputs this has. This has a Toshlink input. For those of you that want to go straight digital into it, it also has high level and low level inputs. So you can run 6 channels. Let me grab this guy right here. So it comes with a cool bag of product. Now there's a couple things that are really unique about this amplifier that, don't you just love the sound of, alright, so we have 6 channels of input available for us, both high level and low level. Then we have the 8 channels of output. Now all 8 channels can be bridged, essentially making it a 4-channel amp. There again, we'll cover that in a minute. Where this gets really interesting is this guy right here. You can barely see it. It's a rotating switch, very similar to what we have on the steering wheel control interfaces. And what makes this cool is that there are 7 predetermined, pardon me again, DSP settings on this. What that means is that you can hook up power, you can hook up your input, and you can hook up your output. You can rotate this to the proper setting and walk away from it. It'll already
Okay.
It'll already set up its predetermined crossover points and also add in what they call the generic time correction to it. So it makes installation super simple if you don't want to go ahead and open up your laptop. But we're going to go ahead and open up the laptop because that's where all the fun is.
Correct, Sean.
Now, one of the other things that this has that is cool in the software, once you get into the software, is how it turns on. Obviously, it'll turn on with conventional remote turn on. It'll also do signal sense, and it'll also do DC offset. But it also adds in delays so that if you need it to have the delay that go, oh, forgot. This RC here is actually an output for the subwoofer amplifier. That's why they call it an 8.9, because that 9th channel is to go off to the sub. And they make a subwoofer amplifier that's identical in shape so that you can stack it right on top. Anyways, yeah. So the idea is there again, this could be easy or it could be more challenging depending on how much fun you want to have with it.
Correct.
Okay.
Plus the amplifiers sound great now.
Yeah, and I don't think this is class. Yeah, we won't even get into the class on this one because this one's a little bit different. So what I wanted to do here real quick is scroll down to, I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can actually see it. I understand this is a white screen. Ah, really? Come on, Windows, cooperate today.
All right, let's go zoom in.
Hold on. Let me get to the actual page. All right. So preset 0. All right, I'm gonna zoom in and I want to show you those. I want to show you guys those presets. So that's your little rotator switch there.
Right there.
Right now, system 0, and what that is the default. That's a 3-way active set. So they're really nice and they give you the full breakdown. So you have tweeter, mid bass. Rear output is done via a set of components using passive crossovers, and then the 0.9 output is going to go to your subwoofer. System 1. Oh, and then they also give you a breakdown as far as what your crossover points are going to be. So they actually do crossover points for you. You can go and, if you'd like to see a better image of this, because I know it's kind of like, that you can download it on their site and take a look at it. And then what it does, it breaks it down to system 1, active, bridged. And so then you can just go through and it has all these predetermined systems for you, which makes life a little bit easy. All right. But we're not going to worry about that.
Hey,
we
Marco.
go into the software. Hang on, keep talking.
Yep.
No,
What's going on,
keep
guys?
talking.
Justin has some Ascani, 628, and several others. Nice.
Well,
man.
he's just bragging.
Yeah.
That you know who that is, right?
Yeah. Justin
okay.
Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let me darken this up so we can make sure you guys can see this. All right, so this is the configuration wizard. This is the first thing you're gonna launch when you go to set this thing up. Hey, the fire truck. Somebody's having a bad day. We're gonna select start. Now these right here are those same things you get to choose from. And they're telling you here up top what it's doing. So if you go to 3, it's telling you what your inputs are, front, rear, sub inputs. We're gonna leave, and then you can come down here and you can pick something else. And there again, it's telling you not used. So it makes it real simple to do there, as far as what you're gonna be plugging in. Yep, and then we'll come over here. Oh, wait a minute, back. So this is telling you you can also, where you can get the fronts from. You wanna get them from fronts, rear, or front and rear?
Franco 3616?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Hertz makes an DSP also.
Now this is a funny page. So if you can't see, this says 0 dB reference or musical setup. This is something they just added into this software because it only had the 0 dB reference. For those of you that are familiar with the SMD DD1 style, where you set 0 dB for the radio to find out where it clips, and then you go to -5 dBs of gain overlap. This only had 0 dB as an option, so you weren't getting any of that fun gain overlap built into it. So they went ahead and they added in musical setup for that. So they've taken care of that for you, which is kind of nice. Now it's going to go ahead and go to the processing page. Now another really cool feature on this, let me see if I can break this back out. We're going to look dark for a minute. Is that it has a auto setup feature. So it comes with a disc right here, and you're going to put that into your player or download the track to an MP3 or a phone or whatever. And you're going to use that to do the de-equalization for it.
It sounds like we have amplified fire truck.
Yeah, we do. All right, so let me zoom back in here. It's almost done doing its initial setup. We need
wow.
What did he say?
Robert,
Yeah, what's he got?
what can we get? Hang on. What can we get an amp or head unit with built-in?
Oh, yeah.
I still like my Denon. Ooh.
So now what these black dots right here is when it ran its initial setup, if everything is green, you're golden. If there's red, yellow, those all indicate problems. And because we're just doing a dummy test, they're all going to light up black. So we'll select next. This is where it's telling you to go ahead and put track 2 in. It's going to do a head unit check for de-equalization. We're going to skip that. So now what that means is that it will automatically correct the equalization that your factory radio has in it for you. So you don't have to do that. It automatically will do that. It's kind of like other brands do that too, but this one does it as well. Now this page, this is a funny page. So it's telling you have 8 channels with 9th channel output, and that you can bridge all the channels if you want to make a 4-channel amp. That's all this page is telling you. I had to look it up because I was like, really? You wasted a whole page on that. Now this is the fun page. This is the system builder. What this allows you to do is tell it now what you're going to be hooking up to it, okay? So we have 8 channels to play with, and we can pick whatever we want. Come over here, we can pick this tweeter, we can pick this mid-range. Now what this little guy is here is this going to be a passive set? Meaning, are we going to use a passive crossover? Are we going to? So now that means 1. If we're going to go active, now we can come over here, and these boxes are, do we want to bridge channels to do it? So this is channels, these can be bridge channels. So now we have, let's say, 1 and 2 here, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. We're not going to do rear fill. We can do 7, 8, and then we'll add a subwoofer for 9. And we'll select next. And what that's telling us now is that channel 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if we want to, we can move those around by pressing these arrows. So if we want this to be 7 or that to be 8, we can just play with it. It's okay. But we're just going to leave it because that's what makes the most sense in my head as well. So we're going to go next, and it's going to finish. Boom. We're to the actual software. I know, fun, right?
Yeah.
Now the setup process on DSPs are
Too much.
I know, I'm working on it. Okay, so the setup process on a DSP is really what separates the by the way, this amp is like $1,200. Correct.
Yeah.
It ain't for everybody.
Exactly.
But for those of you that want something that is
for those that
top of the line,
Audison, yeah.
hand built by Italians,
Mm-hmm.
This is the one here, folks. This does not come from that other place. Dang, I just bought an 8.9, but probably at a better
price.
Yeah, there you go.
Last model.
You know, hey, we reviewed the Dayton and it was totally the opposite. I figure it's only fair to go this way. So why not?
Most of those speakers get 2 ohm or 4 ohm.
Most of those speakers are 4 ohm.
Exactly.
Most of them are 4 ohm. This will do 4 ohm, it'll do 2 ohm, and it'll do 4 ohm bridged. So like we just picked 1 and 2 to run the mid-range, that's going to be a 4 ohm mid-range, 3 and 4 will be a 4 ohm mid-range. So we're going to get double the power of those that we're getting to the tweeters on that output. Power output on this, according to them, is... I know I should have looked that up and been more on top, but I really don't care. I didn't care about the power.
No, it doesn't. Everything is in there.
Everything's in... Open the manual. Hold on. I should have been ready for that. I apologize. I spent all night playing with the software just to make sure because I haven't used one in a minute, so I wanted to make sure I was up to date on that. You think power.
All right,
no,
it's time to move to Italy.
Roadmap.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, the Italians make some amazing stuff. The only thing I don't like is their user interface sometimes leaves things to be desired. Here, see if you can find it in here. I'll talk about the DSP. All right, so the DSP is broken into a couple different pages. Let's talk about those pages because as you guys know, there's 4 things that make up a DSP, right? Everyone remembers that.
Okay, so output on the 8 channels of 4 ohm is 80 watts.
Perfect.
And a 2 ohm, it's 130.
All right.
4 channel bridge, it's 260.
So the first thing we have looking at over here is our speaker layout. Most DSPs have this. This is telling us what the heck is going on. It's also telling us what speaker we're playing with. Right now this one is highlighted. That means that's the EQ we're going to touch. We can bridge these together. So if we want this EQ and this EQ to be the same, or this EQ, we can link as many of those that we want so that we can adjust those accordingly. We would never do that though, because we want to adjust for this, adjust for that. We want to adjust individually. That's not, yeah. Down here it's telling us what our channel outputs are. So channel 1 and 2, bridge, channel 3 and 4, bridge, 5, 6. Okay, so they're all listed right here. Next is going to come into our crossover. So we have a bandpass filter, or we have a, so we're on a bandpass because this is the mid bass. Now what this red line here is showing us is that crossover point. The green line is the EQ. We have 0 point in the middle, plus or minus 10 dB, 50,000, somewhere over here is 20,000.
Okay, so actually Jonathan say, do you need an Audison bit tune to tune this correctly?
No.
No.
But you can use one if you had one.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there again, at the end of the day, like we said, this will auto-tune for you out of your factory head unit. So that's really the hardest part. After that, you just need some form of an audible RTA to see what this needs to be in order to fix it. Here's your crossover. You get to choose between Butterworth or Linkwitz-Riley. Of course, we're going to stick, because we're going active, we want to go Linkwitz-Riley. And then we want to change our slope to 24 dB. We don't want to, that's silly to put a default 12. So make sure when you're going full active, Linkwitz-Riley, 24 dB. Trust me on this one. That's a 360 degree out of phase tweeter, which means it's in phase, but you lose the dip. Okay. Now, down here is phase correction. We're going to go in and we add in our inches or our centimeters, whatever works for you. You add them all in and it will automatically adjust. Now let's talk about that for a brief second, because they're, whoa, zooming in the wrong way.
And let's go all the way in.
So when doing time, when adding those numbers in, there's a couple things you have to make sure of. And one of those things is how your processor handles those numbers. There's a couple different headaches that are created for you. This one is really nice, and a lot of them are going this way. So all we have to do is put in, if this is, we just put in the number. So if we come over here and that mid, let's start with the tweeter.
Okay.
And we'll say the tweeter is, give me a tweeter, 34. What was the last one we just did? Where's the card we just did? Do we still have that?
Hang on, yes, I think that.
Let's say we just did one. Do we still have those numbers? That way I don't have to guess.
I don't have it.
We threw it away?
Yeah.
All right, so let's say 34. And then we'll come down here to our, oh, let's go actually and type in the box.
All right, 46.
Hold on. Work for me. So tap, we get to 46.
46.
Hold on. Don't you love dead air? Oh, go down. So there are pretty some, we got to get the closest we can. So, all right, then we'll go to this one. What was the mid-range?
43.
43.
That would be good if you can type it.
Yeah, you can't. You got to hit the button.
Okay.
It's okay. I would love to type. Yeah, I love hitting the button.
You're gonna have strong fingers after that.
Big fingers. Okay, yep. Go ahead. Give me 4 or 2. Give me 2 tweeter.
2 tweeter, 63.
Oh, we gotta hit it a bunch of times.
Oh,
it's like playing a video game. And I suck at video games. 63?
Yep.
Okay. Mid-range?
63.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
We got lucky. They were both the same. That's fun when that happens. That takes that out of the headache game for sure. What was the subwoofer?
What's our lower? Subwoofer is 40. That was a truck, by the way.
Subwoofer was 40. Oh my
yes,
God.
you're in actually a live show.
It's live. We're here. We're doing this. We're trying to show you. We're trying to get our learn on. All right, so we're gonna make this number up because that car didn't have it. We're gonna call this what we were at. What was our tweeter?
Let's talk about 40.
What was our front tweeter at?
46. Our
front tweeters are 46. Yeah. No, the front one. At one tweeter. What was one tweeter? It was 46. Yeah. All right, so it's gonna be about the same.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say 46, close, and then we'll go to the mid range. It's gonna be the same, maybe an inch. So we'll say 47. Jeez, oh man. Okay, so this is definitely not the funnest thing to do, and you know. All right. All right, so we'll change this to 12. All right, we're not even.
Correct, Justin. They're nice.
All right, so the farthest thing out was this door speaker, right? So if you, all right, so let me zoom in. What we're looking for, all right, so where we're gonna go, why I just sat there and played Frogger for 5 minutes, it felt like, is the zero out point. So this speaker, the one, channel 1 is this case it was 46 inches away, and channel 2 was 63 inches away.
Yeah.
What we have to do is subtract those two and get the difference. And then we get them. Then we take that number and we multiply it by the speed of time, and that's going to give us the milliseconds on how much we have to add delay to that. Those calculations all have to be made. Now, where the funny part is if the DSP is going to do that for you. And that's what sucks in some DSPs. This one does it for you. So we put in the measurements, it does the subtraction, and then it multiplies it to get the milliseconds. Right now, Driver's 2 door mid bass is the farthest speaker from us. Well, the tweeter's the same. So that is going to give us our 0 point here. Let me zoom in. So as you can see, we have 0 milliseconds of delay. Because we don't need it, it is the farthest speaker. Now we'll come back over here and we'll go to our mid-range and the other door. And we have 0.5 milliseconds of delay. It's added that in for us. And each one is going to be a little different. So if we come over and we grab the subwoofer, okay, subwoofer is 0.75 milliseconds of delay. And then the tweeter and dash is going to be the same. Now, where this gets fun is you see this thing right here that says, that we zoomed in, it says fine set, and it's got an arrow up and down. The reason why this is, the car is the worst environment for electronics.
No, it's because he said he had this 3 years. For 3 years.
Yeah.
Working perfectly, digital stars and the mufflers.
Yeah, it happens. Fine set. Now what fine set is for is if you're doing those cool A-pillars, where you have that mid-range and that tweeter, kind of like this here. If we put this tweeter and mid-range right on top of one another in the dash, and they're both 34 inches or 46 inches, and the tweeter in the mid-range, let's say it's a high frequency mid-range, so it can actually play up into some of the frequencies, tweeter frequencies, or it's a high frequency tweeter and it can play down into some of the mid-range frequencies, and we want it to because we want it. It sounds better that way. Well, what we need to do is take care of the phase shift we're going to get because of that, because those you may get a polarity change at your ears that will sound funky and actually cause cancellation. Well, you may find set is in this so that you can just tap it one increment at a time and just add just a little bit of delay to one or the other, and that will fix that because it'll shift the sound so that you can Columbus, Ohio, you can fix that delay or that phase polarity issue that you're getting and make it magically disappear. So that's really cool. So there's time delay. So now we have crossover, we have time delay. This huge part right here, gigantic part. This is the part I don't understand.
Yeah.
No room right here at all, which is fine because honestly, no one actually gives any room to this, to delay. Every DSP we've looked at, this is like, oh, does this have delay? Yes, it's a little thing hidden over in the corner, the little stepchild that no one will see. So I'm not bummed about that. And they do a good job about this. But this is level control. It's huge. Now there's an input level control also. If you come down here into the bottom corner, it says sensitivity. Now this is more than likely going to be taken care of for you during the initial setup when you do the disc, but it does also have input sensitivity adjustments built in as well. You're not going to need to get to those because you're going to want to deal with your output gain. Because there's, the amplifier, there's no gains on the amplifier. These are the gains for the amplifier here. And they're all up. So I guess that might be a good thing. Like when we were using like the kicker, we had to do one gain at a time. It's kind of annoying. Hey, you know what? Now thinking about it, I like this.
What's up, Brandon?
I kind of like this because like in the other processors, we have to go through and you have to click on each individual channel. So okay, this is I still don't think I need to take up this much room for this could have been moved down here, and then this could have all been EQ. That I think would have been a better design, but there again, I didn't build it, so oh well. This is the EQ here. Let's go to an actual speaker looking.
Oh, wow.
Now these all start at 0 dB. We know another company that does that too, remember? And you work them up. And we go like this. Actually, you work them down. So you go 0 and down instead of 0 and up. But it starts at 0. There again, the numbers really mean anything. They mean nothing. They're just level controls. They got to put something on there. So you have all your level control right here. Joy. This over here is your main volume output, along with your subwoofer level control, because you can plug their DRC into this and control it all from your dash up front. It also has an auxiliary input in it as well, so you can just auxiliary into it, along with the Toshlink. Now this is where this gets freaking kind of cool. All right, so this has a 10-band parametric equalizer.
10 bands.
10 bands, but you see none of them, because you drop them as needed. So they don't just put 10 dots on here, they put no dots on here. You have to go in and say, okay, I'm looking at this. I keep like looking at the mouse on here, it's screwing with my head. We just need a big touch panel. So you come over here and you're like, I want to fix right there. Okay, so this is telling me it's 2,000, roughly 2,000 hertz.
Yeah, okay.
All right, now, you use the down arrow to move it down. Let me zoom in. I gotta zoom in. I know, I'm sorry. I get excited.
Backman.
All right, so use the down arrow on your keyboard.
Hang on.
Stop shaking. Down arrow on your keyboard to move it down. Up arrow to move it up. Left arrow and right arrow, move it sideways, back and forth. And then you hit your plus button to adjust your cue. Now down here, it is going and giving you all the things you're adjusting so that you have an idea. Okay, so you can do this, you can do that. Now you come over here and you're like, oh man, that's not getting it, and just by adjusting the cue ain't making it happen. Or because I've adjusted the cue, I might need to just give it a little bump right there, I can. And then we have a problem over here in the subwoofer. Come over here, we can adjust that, and just boom, cue, problem solved. So we're done. We've actually fixed the car just by doing 2 adjustments. I know it seems impossible, but it can be. And it actually is. Now, these white dots, as you see, I can move what I'm doing, so I can spread out if I really want to work this area in here, because this is the high frequency, and I'm having some issues. I can work that by just zooming out like this. And if I want to work it the other way, I can grab this one and do the same thing. So I can that's why I thought having it up here would be much cooler. And then I can do the same thing this way. So if I really want to fine tune what's happening, how low am I getting? Like, why am I at 10 dB down here?
Negative 10 dB?
You know, because here you might not be able to see that when you're zoomed in. Well, I guess you can, but you really want to zoom in.
What's up, Tony?
So it makes it really easy to come in and see. Whoa, gosh, one of these days I'll learn how to do that. And it's that hard. Parametric can be fun, that is for sure.
Look. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, man, you always can go up.
All right, so what did that say about the 207?
Apparently he spent money, and now he's going to spend more money.
R-type, all the way
around, then the amp and subs, now this.
If you have a 207, make sure you do the software update on it, okay?
Now, if you're going to keep all Alpine also, Alpine make the PXE or A50S.
Yeah. Which you can go back and watch that review we did on that.
But let's talk about this.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Don't get credit.
Hello, DNF from Iowa. What's going on?
It's hot. It's hot in here too, man. DNF.
Okay, Okay, Niedermeyer asks, which one would you choose for your own car? So, I don't really have one that I'm like right now I have the Alpine in there because that's what we put in the car audio lab.
I have the DSR one.
This is going to go in there at some point just because I want to play with it in the car and hear how it sounds.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple that we have have another
we
one
have
that
another
we're going to play with.
Yeah, correct.
So it's just a matter of doing that. Oh yeah, no problem. Thanks on the 07 update. pardon me, basically what it fixes active scrolling. So if you have active scrolling now, like when you go to the EQ page, if you can flick up and it actually does that, you have the update. If you have to touch up, then you don't have the update. So yeah, definitely want to do it. And Alpine stinks at.
So the purpose of the labs that we have is to actually put stuff in there and just take it out, play with it, and
well, it's to expand upon this. So like we can take this here and we can show it to you and show you. You know, a lot of people like answering the questions of what all this is, because you look at it and you're like, this makes absolutely no sense. But really, once you break it into its parts, it makes a lot of sense. And all DSPs essentially have the same parts. It's just a matter of figuring out where those parts are.
So from Vegas.
Sometimes they do hide them. Like for example, Invert Phase is a checkbox over here in the corner. Now why would you need to do Invert Phase? Sometimes your tweeters, let's say you are running it at 12 dB and you're going active and you want to, because you like those slopes, which is perfectly fine, but you're going to need to put your tweeter out of phase with your mid-range in order to fix the phasing issue you're going to get. So you can do that right here, but finding that can sometimes be a struggle.
Yeah.
And then when you come onto the settings, up here at the top, this is where, you know, like your de-equalization, your limiter, your working mode, and then options all the way at the bottom.
Okay, right there. That's the tweeter adapters for the tweeter. I mean,
the Ultima tweeter adapters for the tweeter.
Exactly, that's the plates. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the easy ones. You just like cut a square on a table saw and put a hole in it. All right, so whoa, sorry. So this is what I was talking about when I was talking about it having different abilities to do as far as time delay or delay for remote turn on, what type of remote turn on you're gonna run.
Take a picture of this.
You can do that right here inside of this setting in the options. And it's telling you signals, times, master priority, memory. So it's these hidden menus that are in a lot of the DSPs that really separate them out from different DSPs. Okay, so that was DSP talk. All right, we did a half hour on DSPs. Everyone's brain hurt?
Yep.
Okay, I tell you what, give us a minute. I'm gonna scroll this guy out of here because I don't feel we need to do an hour on DSP. Whoa.
Slow down.
Slow down, killer.
Jesus, man. You're gonna
if
break
you guys
everything.
have questions about DSP though, feel free to keep asking.
Yep.
But for right now, I'm just gonna pull this guy out of the way.
You can actually call Paul if you actually want those adapters. I don't know. He can ship it to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know how much they cost.
How big the tweeter is that you're putting
Exactly.
in.
Depends of what kind of tweeter you put it in.
Yeah.
It's like a music bro. Okay. Oh wow, you're taking everything, huh?
Well, I know where behind me is. I needed room. All right, part two.
Hey, you ever had any problem with Android Auto using USB Type-C phones? Yes.
Well, I have problems with USB.
We have problems with Android Auto.
Why don't you come back in frame?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We have problems with Android Auto in general. Yeah, exactly. You gotta check
everything.
If your phone is up to date. If the cable that you use is 100% certified from Android Auto from Samsung, and check the update on your radio, and just pray.
Love Morel Supremo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice.
I love Morel.
We've been doing a lot of Morel lately.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Dean's Super Products. I love that. That's funny.
DSP. That would be cool. Have a shirt. Dean's
DSP,
Super Products.
Dean's Super Products. So, okay. So, to fill you guys in, obviously, next week we go back to what I like to hope is a normal week for us. We're done with pretty much all the stuff that was keeping me up late at night so I can get back to editing. We still have the show that...
the struggle is gone?
The big struggle is gone. We still have to get the... class notes all set and ready to go, which Car Gift came up with a really good idea, because we were going to record it, but not for purposes of sharing,
no,
because they're real particular about that, but Patreons he was like, because he's a Patreon, he was like, hey, you should put it up for Patreons to see. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So if we record it and we're allowed to, we're going to release it over on Patreon because we've been
It's
really,
not 100%.
We don't know yet, but that's kind of the plan.
Yep.
So if we can, we're going to put it over on Patreon.
Maybe just a little clip. Maybe not the whole thing, but...
No, well, I mean, if they want to be bored for an hour and 20 minutes, by all means, knock yourself out. I mean, you get to see me go, all right, guys, so today, this is what we're going to do with the camera. Yeah.
That's how it's going to be. So, Andreado, it's Jason Stern. Lesson session. Good job. All right, thank you, guys. Love the first shirt. Oh, the shirt is going to coming up. It's nice.
What shirt? Oh, the new shirt.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
That is, I like that.
I don't think they're ever going to get to see him. I don't know if they're going to get to see him. Do we show them the other one? We showed them the Run DNF, right?
Run DNF.
Ooh, I came on another shirt. I gotta get those up. All right, so thing that we're doing behind scenes, now that we're done with the mega videos that you're going to get one of them on August.
We've been working together for like 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 years.
August 12th, right? No, August 11th.
Yeah.
So August 11th, mark your calendars, August 11th, late at night, you're gonna get one of the mega videos is gonna drop, okay? Late at night. You guys will know because that's Amp Global sponsored trip to Knowledge Fest.
Yep.
And we're gonna be live. And this year we're gonna do it a lot differently. We're going to take and do a lot more live stuff. And the reason why we want to do that is because there's a lot of questions. And we want to make sure that we can go and answer those questions. Like if we show something in one of the shows and you guys comment on it, then we can go back and we can dive deeper in it. So if you're like, oh, I saw you guys, you walk by the DS18 booth and you show those cool tweeters. Do they have anything else to see? And be like, all right, cool. We'll go back by the DS18 booth and be like, maybe do a 5-minute 5-star. We'll grab one of the guys and say, hey, our viewers were asking about this. Could you tell us a little bit about it? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the plan. Mm-hmm. That's why we've been doing a lot of the 5 minutes of 5 stars is to get you guys acclimated to seeing videos on Instagram. Just throwing you over there and then piling them all together so that you guys can have fun with them.
And the Dean's movie is coming to you in IMAX.
Live on YouTube. Oh no, and there again, there's going to be live on YouTube. Yeah. There's going to be live on Instagram. Probably won't be anything live on Facebook because Facebook.
Live on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, because
Facebook will be live. No, we'll be live on. No, we're not doing any Facebook live.
Why not? We can go with the 2 phones. That's fine.
Just YouTube and Instagram. It'll all
live on YouTube. Yeah, definitely.
It'll all be live on YouTube and Instagram.
Yes.
But they'll all okay. 2002 or 02. Whoa.
Hang on, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Okay. Just right
Beautiful
here.
Saber. I'm replacing my door speakers with 6.5s attached to the door and vapor barrier behind the speakers. Should I cut it?
Should I cut
that so I put core of the fast ring in? Ooh. I'm replacing the door. 2000 Saber. The vapor barrier is behind the speaker. Should I cut it so that? Oh, it's one of those. Yeah, I would cut it. Saber. Okay, I know what you're talking. It's got that little plastic baffle in it, and that's to keep rainwater off of the back of the speaker. I would cut it out just because it's probably going to vibrate. Yeah, it's probably going to vibrate. I get rid of it, and you're going to replace it with the foam from the fast ring. So yeah, you'll be fine. That'll be better.
Somebody say about replacing the system on the Lexus. If you have the Mark Levinson system, of course you're going to replace the whole thing. It's 5-channel.
Or go after it. It's more than 5-channel. Mark Levinson's multi-channel.
Yeah. So
if you're keeping the radio and you have the Mark Levinson amp, do amp for amp upgrade. Meaning if you have 10 channels of audio, do 10 channels of audio. Yep. Mark Levinson processor is actually a pretty nice processor as far as time alignment and imaging goes.
It's like a pre-EQ?
Yeah, it's not bad. Like anytime we get one of those in, we'll do channel for channel amplification. Don't do summing. Save yourself that headache. So, and just amplify the channels you need. So, I mean, if you're building a big system, buy multiple 4-channel amps. Buy something like a Forza, something like that, where you can just do. If you're just upgrading the system, meaning you really just want a really nice soundstage up front and you want some bass, just amplify the channels you need to amplify and replace those speakers accordingly. You can also, like, if the rear speakers suck, you can also just replace those with basic. Like the basic versions of those. So if you buy something like higher end Flax series, maybe just put the performance or the integration series into the rear doors.
It's a cool places in Texas, like Mobile Toys.
What are we talking about?
Any places, like good installs.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
That's one of the other things we're doing is talking to other dealers at Knowledge Fest and try to get them. Do you go to car shows like Samology? We've only been to one car show which we filmed recently. There's not a lot of them here.
That's actually two, but that was
traveling. We've been
one.
to two.
Yeah.
Traveling. There's only so much time we can take off.
What's up, Jason?
And though I wanted to go to 2 big shows this year, there's only so much time we can take off, and we have to plan accordingly as far as where we can spend our time and money traveling, because
because this is the main job.
This is the main job.
This is like
it pays the bills.
well, not this.
No.
Like the install is
this
the main
ugly
job.
floor here.
All this is the main job. So.
Someone said you should redo the floor. Yeah, no kidding, but it's not my floor. I just work here.
Just give me the money.
Good, I don't have Facebook. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, if you don't have Facebook, it's okay.
And we can always upload the video on Facebook later.
Was the first meeting smooth? Did you get along at first? Any funny stories?
What?
So when we first got together.
Oh.
All right. So the story of Fernando and Dean, in case you've never heard it. Facebook is not fake. No, I like Facebook. Don't get me wrong. I spend a lot of I spend more time on Facebook than I do YouTube.
The DNF story.
So he worked for a competitor, and we needed an installer.
Yep.
He would come here, and I would do all their steering wheel control interfaces because it was just like, wow, really?
No, literally, that was like.
Yeah. So and Paul would make fun of him. The comments were always, "What have you blown up today?
What do you break?
What'd you break today?
What do you burn?"
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's rough, man. We needed someone because it was just the 2 of us, and I just could not handle the load by myself. And I'm getting old, and I guess, and decrepit, and like someone said the other day, Dean, you look old and tired. I was like, dude, I literally had like 8 hours of sleep in 4 days.
Exactly.
Suck it.
So I came over here.
Yes.
Asked Dean for help. Always like, hey Dean.
Yeah.
I don't know where can I find the amplifier on the Pacific guy. He's like, over here. Let me show you. I spent so many hours trying to find it, and that was like, because in my previous job we don't have nothing, like nothing.
And I go, good luck, buddy.
Yeah. So
I'm out.
they looking for installers.
So then what happened is, we were looking for somebody, and Paul was just throwing some names at me, and I don't know if he threw Fernando or I threw Fernando, but either way I was like, what about Fernando? And it was like, yeah, perfect. I didn't care that he didn't know anything. The fact that he would drive up here and ask for help, to me, said a lot. Because the one thing about installers or people in this industry in general is that we typically have ego issues, meaning our roses. And I'm not that guy. I don't ever want to be that guy. I'm as I've said time and time again, the reason why we do this is because we're here to help. The reason why I don't sleep at night is because I want to be there. And trust me, when I get those they don't answer anything. Are you kidding me? I mean, come on. I just didn't answer your question.
No, and believe me, I know people, I know installers.
Zapco amps are nice.
They actually, I was asking, hey man, what are you doing this? And I'm like, and they literally asked like,
Facebook is as real as wrestling. I'm a big Hogan fan, so I take that with yes.
I can help you, but I don't have time right now. Just give me a call, blah, blah, blah. They always find an excuse. Yeah. When I came to Dean, he always right there. Listen, do this, do that. Yeah. Next time, find this, find that. Always share everything that he knows. So... And then they hire me.
So yeah, we hired him. Of course, his boss was upset and was like, they're going to fire you in a week. And I'm like, what the hell would I do that?
I was scared, man. I was like, they're going to fire me.
He came with like a screwdriver and a pair of crimpers. So we hooked him up with a set of tools. So that, I basically just, put together a list, ordered it all on Amazon. I said, all right, here's your bucket, here's your tools. Let's get started. And then it's pretty much history from there. It was just a matter of and I told him, I was like, listen, straight up, all you got to do is do exactly what I say and follow me around like a little puppy, all right? And we'll be fine. And
I'm not your friend.
I'm not your
Just
friend.
Just
do what I say.
And
you're
we'll
gonna
be fine.
hate me because I'm the meanest guy in the world. Yeah. And he was scared to death for probably the first year.
Yeah, but like right away when you go into a job and the guy tells you, listen, I'm not your friend. Just do what I need to do, and that's it. And I was like, wow, man, I don't know if I'm gonna last in here. So I'm like, all right, fine, let's see.
Any idea?
And I'm here 6 years later.
Any idea on backup camera or navigation on Pack Amp Pro on an F-150?
Okay,
what year?
Yeah, before that,
I don't understand the question.
The guy of the Lexus, exactly. Just go to packaudio.com, metraonline.com. I download maestroonline.com and check if all those websites have anything for your car. If they don't make a dash kit, you cannot change the radio. If
what's
they
the
make
other
it,
one?
well,
Beats,
yeah.
Not what's the other one? Not Beat Sonic. Is it Beat Sonic? Yeah, Beat
About?
Sonic. No, dash
Harness?
kits for Lexus
Beat
and stuff.
Sonic?
Beat
No.
Sonic. Yeah, because
That's
of the Lexus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, they make dash kits too. Beat Sonic. Yeah, Beat Sonic. Fernando is a good person.
Thank you.
You know, and there again, so you know, and it's been a learning experience for both of us. I mean, I've trained many installers over the years. This is the first one that there was the language thing that we had to work our way through.
Yeah.
Because not everything I say would click. So we've had 6 years now, so we've come up with things that we know.
Beat Sonic Lexus, there you go.
Yeah, Beat Sonic Lexus. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
We've come up with things that make sense so that when there's no gray area, when I was like, I need you to do this, you know, if you fart around with the words sometimes, you know, because, I mean, his mind thinks Spanish. My mind speaks English. So sometimes there is that to break apart there. But it's fun.
Oh, it's
because
totally
we get to play
fun,
Let's Guess the Movie with Fernando today.
And then I'm trying to, you know,
So I watched a movie last night. All right, we're playing the game. It had a guy in it. All right. Can we get this in 10 questions or less?
It's Susan. I know.
Holy crap.
No,
yeah,
but it's fun, man. You know, I'm just happy to work with
you.
You
want another puppy? I'd love to work with you guys.
Hey, man, I'm
and
fine.
by the way, just in case you're wondering, I'm like 5'8", okay? So plenty of guys come in here and they're like, they think he's 5'8", and then they see me and they're like, why are you so short? I'm like, because I'm 5'8", all right?
So, okay, how about now?
Yeah, he's shorter.
Jeez.
It's not the other way around. So two things, if you ever get to come to 5-star, if you ever get the opportunity to come to 5-star, two things. One, this installation bay is very small.
Oh yeah.
Right? This is very small. That's the first thing everyone says. We shoot wide. Yeah. To make it bigger.
Yep.
And two, I'm 5'8", he's shorter.
Yeah.
And that's that. Those are the two things we get all the time.
It's just the magic of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had on a polo, you would not recognize me, apparently. That used to be the biggest problem. Jesus? Is he here?
Jesus!
All right.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to be a good team, you know? We have...
Recommended for 3-inch dash speaker replacements for an Audi A5 with BO factory system. Okay. There's actually a couple.
Yeah.
3.5? Full Cal doesn't have 3.5.
Full how many 3.5?
Standalone.
Oh, no, that's for the BMW. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you got the new Kenwoods.
New Kenwoods.
They make a 2 and a 3-inch in the Exelon line that you can buy solo. So you can go to kenwoodusa.com. You have Audio Frog. Makes a multi-fit 3.5, which is really cool. That's small and made to do that.
Thanks, Cheryl.
JBL Infinity also make an add-on 3.5-inch mid-range like that to go with. And there's 3. We'll stop there. There's 3 to choose from. Legit thought you were 6 foot plus. See? Not. I'm short. He's shorter.
Okay.
Single car garage. It's a little bit bigger than a single car garage. If you have one of those oversized single car garages, you know, that has like the room for washer and dryer, well, it's about that size.
Think about like double car garage.
No, this is not a double car garage. No, I have a double car garage that I park in every night, and this is not that big.
Okay.
Illusion. There you go.
Illusion Audio, yes, the best.
The only thing, the reason why I didn't throw Illusion out there was
Audio Frog
because, well, I did say Audio Frog. Yep, the GS25. Those are very nice.
What's up, Johnny?
Because those you really do need an amplifier, and they're bi-ampable speakers, so they come with a big passive crossover network. So I was thinking little less, and it was just, but yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
Dean and Fernando need to have dance off. He would win. He would win. I'd rather race him because then I would win. I don't like. I mean,
got short legs, man.
Yeah, got short legs. Yeah. Name that movie. Anybody? Anybody? You got short legs, man. Look down. What do you see? Short legs. You could never run that fast.
Who was that?
You don't know who that was? It's two guys.
Oh, no, my God.
It's two guys. Here we can play the game. It's two guys.
Okay.
One of them is Yo Adrian, and the other one is the action hero of the millennia. It's 2 letters. He's coming out in a movie in the next week or so.
Look, the salsa.
That is going to be awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Do anybody know the 2 actors I'm talking about? Please feel free to throw them up here. All right. Trust me, 6'3", 255 sucks. Oh yeah, no doubt. So I'm 5'8" and weigh a lot less than that. I did have a guy that worked for me who was 6'3", 360 pounds. And what I would joke as Bill. I would joke is that when he sits down next to a car to do an alarm, he'd literally sit down on the ground and pull the car next to him. that was always the joke. So they go, how does he fit the car? He doesn't. He just pulls the car up next to him when he sits on the ground. Stallone, yes. But what was the movie? What was the movie? Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy in the movie? Center channel replacement, I'd go Dayton Audio 3.5. It's $20 and they don't make much noise. Man, there you go. Yeah, that's true. Good call. That's a nice one.
Who makes another? Oh no, that's 2.5.
All good things can be done.
Power Base make a 2.5.
Oh, Power. Oh, that's true though.
Right
that
here.
would work too.
Yeah, Power Base make a 2.5.
Yeah, if you want something just a little bit better than a Dayton, yeah, these are reasonably priced too. We've used these before to do that. So these are 2.75s. Lots of fun there.
A lot of good things can be
personal elite
done in the small spaces.
Penny.
Oh yeah, that's right, Brian.
Your opinion? Do they make a speaker grill? To your knowledge, yes, they do make a speaker grill for the Focal Elite Focal. They should make a Focal grill. We put them on, and they're freaking amazing. There's no. They might not. Okay, so I know they make one for the Flax. I take that back. I know they make one for the Flax, but I don't know if they make one for that one.
All right, size.
But dude, they're freaking awesome.
Size of wire depends on how much length.
Well, yeah, there's a length calculator. What's the question?
That's it.
Oh.
Size of the wire depends.
Size of the wire depends on how much length. Correct. And also how much amperage. So it's amperage per length equals size. If you want to, just Google power wire calculator for car stereo, or you can find one on Kicker's website. Speaking of website, as I was starting to say earlier, I'm updating the DNF tool drawer right now. That is one of the things I'm tackling this weekend, is getting all that stuff. The Boring Life videos got put on hold too, Johnny, because remember, we had mega movies to make, and that's it.
I only have one life.
Gonna sit down. I'm only one guy. I can't do multiplicity. Peta. What does it say? Did you mention keychains? No, I didn't. I didn't mention keychains. Pack out having backup camera and navigation running. Optical to Helix DSP Pro. So really want this unit to work. Second one today. Wow. Okay. So that's strange. Have you called and talked to them?
Talked to to tech support.
I mean, honestly, Ernie's head of tech support, and Ernie worked on that piece. So if you can't get anywhere, just ask to talk to Ernie.
Yep.
You know, I mean, he'll be pissed that we told you to do it, but I mean, he literally.
He's the guy.
He's the guy that worked on that piece. So him and Gregor Gary built the piece, and so. Yeah, if there's an issue, those guys will know about it.
Yeah.
What do you think about Kappa Perfect? Perfect.
They're
nice.
perfect.
They're nice.
Yeah, they're good.
Anyway, so what I was saying is, I've been spending last night.
Yeah, exactly, Jason. Check the update or something. Yeah. But just call.
There's always update. But call us. I'll ask for Ernie. Thanks, guys. No problem. DNF Tool Drawer is getting a big update. We're adding in all the camera gear. We're adding all the extra new tools that we've gotten recently. We're also moving a few categories around and adding products to different categories to have it make sense. Right now I'm also trying to get like the Teespring store linked into there so that we can just send everyone to DNF Tool Drawer And that'll be it.
And
you can find everything you need. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, we'll have DNF Tool Drawer up to speed on everything, and we'll be back to videos of install diaries. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Monday, you're actually going to get an install diary, even though normally it's supposed to be the 5 minutes of 5-star thing. I don't, and also, you still haven't put up. Monday's show hasn't made it up yet either, so you might get a random video this weekend. I don't know, it just depends, but Monday is definitely going to be an install diaries. So just to start off the 2 weeks back, I'm like, it's going to be a different one because it's actually some footage that is just left over from the Mega Movie that didn't really have a place to go, but it's really good footage. So I was like, we're just going to turn it into an install diaries.
Yeah.
Because why the heck not?
Hybrid audio is going to be like a Dean series.
What do we got here? I need help upgrading the system in my 03 M45. Just need to know what's possible for integration.
Ooh.
After the amp is what you're looking at more than likely in that. You're going to want to do after the amplifier, and if you're going to go after the amplifier, what you really need to figure out is how many channels you have.
Yep.
There again, are you going to do it yourself or are you going to pay someone to do it? If you're going to do it yourself, then you need to just go watch the video we did on what kind of sound do I have in my car. It was a Honda Civic we did like 2, 3, or a month ago. It seems like probably now.
Yeah, the steps
we're kind of taking you
need.
through all the steps on how to figure out what's going on in my car. Is the Forza D-Class? Nah. Okay, so that's a tough one. It doesn't say in the. It doesn't really say. No, because. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say.
No,
but it's something. It's something different. Just call it that.
Yep.
Something different. The instructions are over here. But I don't think it says whether it's a D class or not, because I know when we were talking about it originally with them, they weren't coming out and like saying exactly what it was, because they were like, it's nobody's business. We're like, oh, okay.
Size. General requirement, control.
No, yeah, general, no, yeah. See, they don't even really talk about it in here. They might on their website, but it's special. Let's just call it that. The Bose system sucks. Yes.
No highs, no lows?
Have you used the LC7i in a factory setup? Yes, all the time. We have 3 videos, old videos on the LC7i explaining how to use it in there. We're getting ready to... the next couple months, we're going to reshoot the whole LC7i series of integration. We have the new one that's buried over there. We just got one from Audio Control so that we could do that. Because I was like, hey, we want to reshoot our LC7i integration. So that's all coming. All good stuff coming. It's trust me, now that we're over this big hump, getting back on track and getting videos up and just having good fun. This was like a perfect storm for July. July really was sucky for YouTube. You had vacation, then it came back and found out I had to do mega movies, and it just kind of screwed everything up. So it was like July, and then I haven't ran in 2 weeks, which is killing me. I got to run for the first time last night because it was like I was done with the videos, so it was like, yay.
4800, AVH 4800 is not compatible.
At least Bose uses tweeters now, right? Yeah, no doubt.
Do you remember what's the model number of the NA Pioneer?
What, the AVX? The AVIX?
The AVIX.
For what?
AVH for the 4800.
2800.
Oh.
There's
Really?
yeah.
The
AVIC 2800 or something like that. Yeah, it's
okay.
It's a 280 or something.
Pioneer
like
website. Yeah, you find it. Yeah.
There's only one. There's only one.
Yep,
There's only make one add-on nav. It's got a dip switch on it, so you just flip the dip switch to do whatever you want with it. Image dynamic IDQ. Yep, I had some of those. What does that say? IDQ for an F-150 under seat, 1200 watts to play. I can't fit the Audio Frog GB10s. Oh, that is a bummer. But those are still pretty impressive. How do you adjust your ears for hearing a really good system to something that is not? So basically, I sit here and I tune a car, and then I walk out to my car and I sit in it and go, this sounds like crap. Then I drive home thinking, we need to put the Morel stuff in my car so my car stops sounding like crap. And then I come back to work and I go, I'd really like to put the Morel stuff in my car so it stops sounding like crap, and that Casey wouldn't be mad at me at Morel for letting me have the Morel stuff to put in my car to shoot cool videos on.
But it's not because we don't want to. It's like we haven't had the time.
Well, we're doing other things.
Yeah, we haven't had the time.
So that's how but as far as preparing yourself for it, for us, when we prepare, we've been spending a day and a half on a car preparing ourselves for what it's going to sound like. We're pretty good sitting in the car when we're finally done. But, you know, it's not like you just finish it and then you sit in the car and you're like, yay. There's all this tuning stuff that has to be done beforehand to you fix it all, because it's like, look at that big hump. Why is that there? You know, and you're like, So that's why we talk about the DSPs, because good sound isn't that far away from you. It's just a matter of not being afraid of the DSP. It's simple. Okay, it's not simple, but it's something you can wrap your head around, and that's why we talk about it, because we figure if we talk about it and you look at it, you might go, well, that makes sense to me, in which case, yeah, it is simple. But, you know, there again, I understand that there's like the whole, like, wow, but you're going to, you know, RTA.
RTA.
Been running for about 2 years and suffer pain in the shins. Any advice? Better shoes. Total better shoes, base time. Have you ever been to a run store and had shoes fitted for you? The other thing, too, that I found after talking with our doctor friend from Iowa is that this is the most obvious thing ever, and I don't know why. When I run, I'd run up this side of the street, and I'd come back and I'd come down this side of the street. And he goes, don't do that. And I was like, why? He goes, because your hip, you run this way, and then when you're running back on the opposite side of the street, your hip stays like this. So run back on that same side, and you get equal time. And I was like, you went to school for that, huh?
Exactly.
You know, and yeah, that worked really well.
And he showed you some of the, like, you know.
Yeah, some stretches and stuff to do. But really, it honestly comes down to shoes. Like, I do not wear these shoes running because I'm old and that's dumb. But I wear them all day long because they are ultra comfortable and my back doesn't hurt. But shoes, shoes, shoes. And also, when running, 3 pairs of shoes, people. I know this has turned into run talk with 5 after. I apologize. You need 3 pairs of shoes. Never wear the same pair of shoes in a row. Always rotate out your shoes.
What do you think about running a system completely flat?
That'd be the boringest system ever.
Flat is boring.
I mean, you have to have character. I mean, you could. It's fine. But why?
Why exactly?
I mean, and there again, what is completely flat? I mean, are we talking like if I put an RT in there, it's just like this? That would be scary. That would be no fun. To use a running belt. I have a belt that has 2 little water thingies on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I have 2 of those depending on how hot it is. They have 2 different sizes. I have a big one and a small one, and then I also have a camel pack. And then I have the Iron Man nightlight that goes right here for the winter time. So that I run, I look like Iron Man. Oh, wow. And it's got a blinky thing on the back so people don't kill me.
So in the stoplight, you're like, stop.
No, I don't run anywhere near stoplights.
Oh, okay.
Iowa or Optimus. Ooh, Radio
Optimus
Shack.
Prime?
I had an Iowa back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Christian Crutchfield is a great tool for speaker size. Yes, and also Pioneer has a great speaker size thingy on the Pioneer.com page. What size shoes are those that you have on?
What size?
These are European. They're 42 millimeter. Or centimeter, something like. They're 42s. I buy the 42, which is like a 9.5. I don't have big feet. I have neuropathy, and I am always looking for something comfortable. So I run, and these are comfortable for me, but I've been wearing these for 7, 8 years, 6 years. Were you here?
Did I know you? Yeah,
I've been wearing them the whole time. You know me. I mean, I used to wear stuff.
Any new updates?
They are Vibrams. Those are definitely. These are Vibrams. Yep.
DNX 996XR.
Ooh, I love it. Got it in my car.
Do you know any updates?
My unit is acting up, blank screen, and then it flickers. Ooh. I think there is an update. Didn't they say there was an update?
There's an update, yes.
In June, right?
Yeah.
There was an update in June. I haven't done mine yet.
But check, definitely.
The shoes I run in there are called Newtons. So, just in case you're wondering. And the headphones are Aftershocks. Aftershock headphones are the bomb. You get them at Target for $100. You should all be wearing those. Because they're Temple headphones. They go here instead in your ears, so you can hear while you're doing stupid stuff.
Hi from Australia.
Okay, so with that, What is your time for 5K per mile? You can follow me on Strava if you want to keep up with that. But typically it's between 7 and 8 minutes a mile. I don't know what my time is on a 5K. It's something 21 or 21 minutes or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, typically right now I'm pacing somewhere between low 7s or middle 7s and low 8s. Like I did 4 miles yesterday. I haven't run in 2 weeks, and I think it was at an 8:04 average. Lots of fun there.
What do you use? Okay, so the last question is Brandon. Yeah. What do you use for Paleri tester? If you don't have a CD player,
use the phone.
Your phone has a...
if you go to DNF Tool Drawer and go to the meters page, you can go and download a speaker polarity. So we have one on the DNF Tool Drawer, dnftooldrower.com. Go to meters, go all the way down to the bottom of the page. There's 3 tracks. One is, I think, pink noise, one is polarity, and one is the goofballs talking. I am left, I am center, I am right. Yep. You can download those, put them on Dropbox or something like that so they're on your phone all the time, and then magically, boom. Pop, pop, pop. There's also an app that there's a couple different apps you can use, like Speaker Pop. I prefer to use the track because Speaker Pop goes way too fast. It's like, boom, 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 and it's really scary.
And thank you so much. This show is brought to you by Global. That's from Best Kids, Pack Audio, Phoenix Go, Stinger, and all the cool stuff that they make. Thank you so much, guys.
Have a nice night.
See you guys later.
Hit the stop button. Hit the stop button.